Awesome.
Happy story.
I was being negative about the happy.
And now we get to have a different kind of story.
Yes, we do.
A story in which a person on the internet says something ridiculous, because this is the segment we all know as Shit Internet Apologists Say. This episode, a mom battles the school board saying that yoga is against her family's religion. Yoga.
What?
My religion is being inflexible. Ba-bum. Psh.
I mean, I have my issues
that's
with
religion.
yoga teachers and
That's
the
all
woo,
religion.
Yeah.
It's just mental inflexibility.
All right.
Weird.
No, that's what I was. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Is voguing allowed? I can't.
I took your thing.
That's sort of interesting. It's like, okay, so I wasn't really around kicking or paying attention to music when Madonna was burning crosses and making out with Black Jesus, and somehow that still happened in the 80s. How is anything that I could ever do, just me talking, considered offensive by comparison?
So yoga?
Got me.
Yeah. Well, I'm actually not very good at yoga either. But Gina Clark was furious when her 8-year-old daughter came home from school in tears after doing a wellness day activity in her 3rd grade class. Guess what the source of her 8-year-old daughter's tears is and whether or not it's reasonable.
She had to stretch.
Yeah, I'll give you a hint. It's not.
What would it be?
My daughter was very upset, recalls the recalls the mother. She knew she did something she wasn't supposed to. That something was yoga. The Clark family...
Whoa. Hang on. She knew she did something she wasn't supposed to?
Yeah. So they did...
How old is she?
She is 8 years old. And already she knows that yoga is Satan.
What the?
They get them young.
Why do you have to talk about religion? It's just this nice, harmless thing that they don't use to terrorize children with hell or whatever.
You can be...
This poor 8-year-old, because of her parents' bullshit, went home thinking that Jesus was going to send her to hell because she did yoga.
Yep. Sounds like.
The Clark family is Roman Catholic and doesn't do yoga because it's rooted in Hinduism. Whether or not Catholics should do yoga is debatable. Sorry. No. I mean, no. Some believe physical aspects, such as poses, are acceptable, but spiritual elements, such as mantras and meditations, are not. And some prefer to avoid yoga altogether.
I mean, I prefer to get rid of the woo as well and just do the poses, but...
Yeah, I mean, it's a great way of charging extra.
Yeah, well, I was going to say...
If you have a yoga studio, you can charge people a lot of money. If you have a stretching studio...
So are they treating it like a religion?
Yeah. Yoga is not
I was going to say, if we can do atheist yoga, you can do Catholic yoga.
Sorry, correct me if I'm wrong, but yoga is not necessarily a religious practice.
No, it originated in one and stretching. It's it would be like someone saying, "Oh, kneeling in a pew is something that kneeling on a cushion is something that we're opposed to because it's rooted in Catholicism."
As we discussed previously, though, many religious people are very okay with kneeling many times a day. Anyway, what about this poor child?
They never say kneeling. They just say, "I'm spending some time on my knees where I feel fulfilled." After, never mind. So, when her daughter came home that day in May of 2017, Clark was upset because she says she had asked the principal for a religious accommodation that excused her from the activity. She says the accommodation was granted, so she was stunned when her daughter said she had done yoga. That set Clark on a quest for answers up the rank of the York Region District School Board, including speaking with a teacher, principal, superintendent, trustee, and director of education. She also contacted Ontario's education minister. Yes, that's right. This happened in Canada and not America. Twist ending. It's not just us. Ha ha.
That doesn't really like fill me with any amount of.
Nope. Even Canada. My paper trail is a mile long, says Clark, who keeps detailed notes and records.
Paper trail of the yoga.
The yoga trail.
Okay.
You should interrupt as much as you can because I'm going to try and plow through this.
Do it.
Who is the god of yoga? That's what I want to know.
I'm pretty sure there's multiple, but.
Oh, there are so many.
I don't think there's a specific one. I mean, you can go with Brahman is sort of like all of them.
Wait, I thought it was Brahma.
You can go with
As
Brahma.
plural?
It's sort of, you can go with Brahman. You can go with Bra something. It's Bra. It's the bro god, the god of bro things. What's up, Bra? Yeah, Brahma is the god. Brahman is the caste. You're right.
Thank you, Jamie.
Yeah, you're welcome. My paper trail is a mile long, says Clark, who keeps detailed notes and records. The system has been completely unaccountable to us. The matter is expected to come up at the board's Director of Education Performance Review Committee.
Oh, it's getting serious now.
Which will meet in private on Wednesday. I think that was not this Wednesday. I think it was like last Wednesday.
At which point, in private, they will all sit around and laugh their asses off.
In that case, we desperately need a follow-up.
Yeah.
Recommendations made by the committee will be voted on by the board December 11th. Citing privacy reasons, board staff said they could not discuss specifics of this case. Privacy reasons being, I don't want to publicly have to talk about this. What the fuck? Clark is hoping, in part, for a full apology, greater accountability, and more transparency.
Okay, if she put this much energy into actually researching anything about anything instead of her fucking righteous indignation...
making the PTA bake sale do better. I mean, whatever.
Goddamn, lady.
Well, oh my God, she's probably on the PTA.
Yeah, no, I know. That's why she could
I can almost guarantee
it. She's probably on the
someone who's that much of a busybody. Definitely in the PTA.
Unfortunately,
the Christian parent teacher, whatever.
Unfortunately, according to the article, she was granted an exemption.
Yeah,
and then it didn't happen. So
there's that. Yeah,
there's a certain amount of hey going on here.
If they already gave the exemption,
good grief!
It's because it's not a religious.
It needs a proportional response.